Hey guys, good to be back after my nice short break, because, For Honor can really take a toll, and while it doesn't upset me as much as it used to, there is only so much solo queue teammates a man can endure until he loses his mind. But it's good to be back playing a fun hero, and yes, I said Nobushi is fun. Now two things just happened. Either A, you're writing a paragraph in the comment section on how I'm wrong and I need to drive off the nearest cliff, or B, you agreed with me. Nobushi definitely can be pretty fucking doo-doo dog shit in duels, but her viability in 4s and overall fun factor carry her immensely. But this is not a history video. I know there's been one of you in my polls in the comment section that have been begging for this video to become reality, so if you watch this, I hope you enjoy. Let's go make fun of some helmets. Plain old default. What's there really to say? A lot of people flock over to Nobushi for a couple of reasons, mainly being a search for a controller type hero, one to really make your opponent work for their kills, and I think Nobushi's does that job really well. Force their opponent to fight at range, but the thing is that they have not realized that yet, and will just pray to God that you cannot parry her follow-up light attacks, and that's literally it. The bumper or left click on their mouse is so full of gunk, it struggles to be pressed down sometimes. Or you're on the other side and realize this helmet is a perfect blank canvas for putting emblems on it and making cosplays. Laughing crying emojis, creepers, you know the type. Not very good at the game, but will 100% try to meme you. For low rep, Nobushi's helmets really aren't bad, but they're also not very good. People were probably drawn to this because of the whole Jason Voorhees look it gives off. There's nothing much else to really say. A lot of Nobushi players, all like 12 of them, never use low rep helmets, so we're going to move on to the bigger ones after this one. Anyone who still runs this helmet is most likely an OG Nobushi main. They used to be the old war pig for Nobushi, but if you don't know what a war pig is, let's give you a quick definition. A cosmetic normally worn by players who overestimate themselves and think they are better than everyone. The title war pig no longer applies to this helmet, and so does the stigma. Instead of them thinking they're better than you, they are most likely just better than you, and they're held down by Nobushi themselves. The only people to still ever run this helmet are the people who have never taken it off, just like they've never taken off their underwear for the past 2 years.
You saved me. Why?
Monkey.
No, that's literally it. I mean, you're memeing. This helmet's fucking dog shit, and you're pairing it with the monkey head ornaments running around being as stupid as possible in matchmaking. Normally, people literally forget you exist on their team and think you're the freest kill when you're on the enemy team.
I know what kind of man you are.
Oh my god, the most overused and overhyped helmets in the game by a mile. Look, I know we haven't reached the levels of down bad the Overwatch community has gotten to, where the subreddit for their porn sees more posts and followers than the game itself, but the For Honor community is getting there, and it's mainly the fault of Nobushi and Shaman. The only people that really run this helmet mostly have some sort of desire to make her look as e-girly as possible, and what's more e-girl than fucking cat ears? On top of this e-girl cosplay, they looked at all of Nobushi's really cool and well-done executions like Momi no Uchi or Fukushiru, whatever the fuck that is, and said, wow, these are really cool. But I'm not here for cool, I'm here for horny, and then just bought Dearest Pity because they wish that a woman would caress them like they did. At the end of the day, to each their own, but if you come into the comment section talking about how sexy Nobushi is, I'm going to beat you with hammers. This is probably the second most used helmet because it's just really fucking cool. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. This helmet just slaps. The design of the art and the metal horns, it's just really cool. But I feel like I'd have a better chance at winning the lottery than getting this thing out of scavenger crates. You're earning a full white Nobushi, really shelling out 10k for white iron just to make her look nicer, because, the white the samurai got really is not that good. Overall, you're decently good in Nobushi, but there's some things you really struggle with, like spamming dodge attacks all the fucking time. Normally, you're the freest parry if someone would just feint to wait.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
This thing is honestly a fucking piece of shit. I don't know why people flock to this helmet all the time. I mean, I actually do though. Let me paint a nice picture for you. You just got a bad grade on your math test and your mom yelled at you. So you put on Linkin Park or Green Day and complain about how life is out to get you, and you open up some scavenger crates. This thing pops up on your new list, and you see the skull and think this is the coolest thing in the world. Now you spend your days light spamming in 200 plus rep lobbies, wondering how you're getting parried all the time, and then emote spamming with either the vomit or the war emote. But it's true, somehow all Hansen Nobushis are super high rep, I'm talking like 30 to 50 reps, and they play like they just found out they had hands, or their little brother is playing on their account. These Nobushi players pride themselves in one thing and one thing only, and is to look as fashionable as possible and be the most fashionable person in the group lineup. If you ever have a friend playing Nobushi and they have one of these helmets, just be ready to not play a single game the entire day, because they'll tell you that they need to switch up their fashion and spend as much time making a whole Nobushi as it takes to gear up in Tarkov after dying and being sent to the stash. For a test your metal helmet, this seems like no use at all, and honestly, other test your metal helmets still see use in 2024. It's really not a great helmet, but it's not a bad one either, and trust me, Nobushi's got some really bad ones. Most of the time when you see this in-game, the Nobushi probably did this. They loaded up and were really tired of the loadout they've been using all day, so they checked their third loadout slot. And they said, I have this Nobushi? Most likely the full set of test your metal armor, and it mostly sees like 1 to 2 games max before they forget about it exists, like Dead by Daylight players forget to sign up for college for the 9th year in a row. Seki Nobushis aren't actual Nobushi players or Nobushi mains, more or less playing her on the side to do either challenges for hybrids, hitting the random button, or they got really tired of the team is feeding revenge and decided enough was enough. They love and hate the helmet at the same time, where it looks really nice with black iron and gold trim armor sets, but the downside is that it only looks good with black iron and gold trim armor sets. Light brown looks alright with it, but really, are you using light brown at rep 8? Alright, that's all she wrote, gamers. To all of you who stick around at the end, you guys mean a lot and the world to me. The support you give me is insane and I'll never thank you enough for it. For Honor very recently has been awfully upsetting, and even if I can find enjoyment from the game, it seems like the devs really have to do something more with these patch notes we're getting. I had recently watched a slanderous rant video, and honestly, it's a good video. It brings up great points on why For Honor really isn't great at the moment. And if you're feeling like For Honor could do better, go watch the video and go feel validated. If you ever agree with anything I've ever said, then you'll agree with everything he said in the video. Anyways, enough yapping. As always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I love you.